I dyed my hair red. Let's address the elephant in the room. I dyed my hair red. I just dyed it like yesterday or 2 days ago, but I love it. Hello everybody and welcome. Today we are just gonna get to know each other and I'm going to give you guys some information about myself, who I am, and where I've come from. I just figured I have never done a video this simple on my channel before, so without further ado, let's get to it. If you haven't watched me before, my name is Jasmine. I am 25 years old. I will be 26 on October 13th. I was raised in a suburb outside of Chicago, but in Indiana. A lot of us from Indiana, we don't know how to describe where we're from, so we usually say Chicago, even though we are Indiana. We're not in Illinois at all. I have a half sister. We share the same mom, but have different dads. Her dad, his name is Sean, he raised me from the moment I think I was 3 until now. He is who I have called my dad. So piggybacking off of that, I have never met my birth father. I know who he is. I've actually met some family from his side of the family too. I've met my grandmother, and then I have an older sister. I also have 2 younger half siblings that I've never met before. I keep in contact with my older sister and my grandmother, but again, I've never met my birth father. It's just been something that we just haven't gotten to yet. We haven't crossed that bridge. Sorry, Kane moved the camera, but we haven't crossed that bridge yet. Maybe one day we will. On top of that, like, I used to get a lot of people asking me, like, what are you? Are you black? Are you white? What are you? I am 50% black and 50% white. What that white consists of is like French, German, some Italian, and then African American and Cherokee. That's literally what I'm comprised of. I am the oddball that came out looking white. If you look at my hair, I do have ethnic hair. I'm not quite sure if that's the right term, the politically correct term, but I do have quite curly hair. I do have the fair skin. I've never gotten diagnosed by a doctor to have albinism, but I mean, I was born a blonde with blue eyes and very pale skin. Having albinism is quite a spectrum. One person could look this way and another could look completely different. So we all don't look the same, but yeah, that's me. My mom has brown hair, brown eyes, tan skin. My birth father is just full on black, like dark skin, dark eyes, dark hair. So that's where I come from. I have a whole video on my relationship with my husband, but we have been married now for 5 years, been together 6. We actually got married when I was 20 and he was in the military. We didn't meet while he was in the military. We worked together at a job called Team Combat. It was a laser tag facility. He was my manager, and then when he went off to the Marines, I replaced him as the manager, but we had kept in contact and we sent each other letters. We've been going super strong. We just had our 5-year milestone, so we didn't get to do anything crazy because I was pregnant. It was right around the time that our anniversary is around, so I didn't do anything crazy. I couldn't cruise because you can't cruise past a certain time, but we plan on making up for that next year. We got married in a court, so the actual court date that we got married is March 23rd, and we celebrate that every year. Our actual wedding date we didn't have until a year after we got married, so we got married in 2018, and we had our wedding December 13th, 2019, which was actually Friday the 13th. And I'm sorry, I think Friday the 13th is actually good luck because we've been going strong. My birthday, again, October 13th, has been on Friday the 13th several times. We got married March 23rd, 2018, had our wedding December 13th, 2019. And it was magical. It was everything. You know, I never really dreamed about having a wedding and having this fairy tale wedding and everything, but I knew that it was that memory of a wedding I really wanted. I'm really glad we had it. It was small. We had about 50 to 60 people, and I remember everything, and it was very memorable. I wish I had a videographer at the time, but we just got pictures done because we had a very small budget. But I really cherish that memory that I have with my husband. It's one of my favorite memories. We had churros and milk and cookies served as a late night snack. It was amazing, and we had it in California, and some of my family came out to visit, so I really really am happy about that. We got engaged also like within 11 months of dating, and then shortly after we got pregnant with my first son, Roman. And so I started off as a young married mother, and I'm sure many people had or still have their doubts, but me and Antonio have been going strong. And I still am a young mother. I mean, I have 3 kids and I'm about to be 26. I mean, some people would probably look at me sideways, or maybe you're looking at me sideways like, she's crazy, she's so young and she has so many kids. But before we got together, I didn't know if I wanted kids. I was scared. I was scared to be in labor. You know, that's a scary thing. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, I want to be done having kids by the time I'm 30. No offense to anyone that's had kids past 30. I'm not trying to dog you or anything. For myself though, I want to be done by 30. We always wanted our kids to be 2 years apart. And I think that's so crazy because I never saw myself having a big family, but I want a big family. Me and my half sister, we're 6.5 years apart. And there are times where we get along really well and we relate a lot, but at the same time, because of that age gap, we're just on different levels in life, and we always have kind of been that way. So we're not very close. At least on my side of the family, we don't really have a glue. And me and Antonio talk about being grandparents all the time. It's like, whoa, slow down. Like, you guys are 25 and 27. But I think that I would be the best grandma. I want to be all about family. The family that I'm growing is so important to me, and I hold it so near and dear to my heart. There's so many things that I want to instill into my children, to be there for each other. And like, you guys are brothers, and I didn't expect to have boys, but I want a tight-knit, close family, big, happy family. I guess that leads to the next question. Do you want a 4th? We do want a 4th. However, we're not going to rush that process. I want to get into a bigger house. We're in a 2-bedroom right now. I believe when it happens, when it's meant to be, it'll be. I don't want to force anything to happen right now. I'm living my life right now. I mean, obviously I dyed my hair red, and I've been working out and everything. So it's nice to be able to step back into myself and not be, you know, Jasmine the wife, Jasmine the mom. It's good to just be me, Jasmine. I think when you have kids, it kind of like takes you out of that, and we get so stuck in this routine of being mom or being a wife or being a good friend, a good daughter, that we forget to take care of ourselves. And that's really what I'm doing right now, is taking care of myself. I'm happy with it right now. I really am. Before I had Christian, I was an assistant director at a preschool. It was my favorite. I loved my job. I really do. I joke about it on my TikTok. If you want to follow me, I'll put it right down here, and I'll put my Instagram right here. I love joking about it, but being an assistant director was awesome. I loved everything that I did. It was perfect. And before I was an assistant director, I was a preschool teacher. And if you are a preschool teacher watching this video, working at a preschool, daycare, whatever, is hard. Working with kids is hard. It really takes a certain type of person. I believe that I am that person, but the stress, the emotional turmoil that it causes inside of you wasn't worth it for me. And because I was teaching 3 to 4 year olds, I would come home so overstimulated. I didn't want anyone to touch me. I didn't want to be with my kids. I didn't want my husband to touch me. I was like, let me just sit here in the corner on my phone in the dark. Like, I'm so overstimulated from the day that I cannot do this. It was a very rewarding experience though. I feel like I got a great relationship with a lot of parents, you know, hearing that their kids love you and they really love you as parents and they feel like they can trust you. That's huge, because as an assistant director, I saw a lot of things. I saw a lot of mistreatment of children that we had to interfere with, and I won't dig too deep into that. You can't trust everybody with your kids. And that's partially why I stay home. I'm now a stay-at-home mom. I stay home with my kids and I teach them. I'm with them because there's nobody aside from my husband that I trust more than me. I trust me. And I know that they're in good hands and they're safe and they're loved, and nobody's going to do any harm to them because I'm here. Mom is here. I almost forgot this part. Growing up, I was a singer. I participated in choir for years and years and years, ever since the 4th grade. So singing is a really big part of me that I have kind of lost touch with. I love singing. I love singing Disney songs and like any kind of music. I love all kinds, but my favorite is R&B for sure. I was kind of raised on that. My mom was a big R&B person, so I listen to everything though. R&B, country, pop, hip hop. I even listened to K-pop at one point. Music is a huge part of me. I have a cover on this channel. I would love to start a singing channel. It's finding the time and the quietness for that. I just have to find the time to do that once again, but I think I'm going to upload to TikTok because that'll be the shortest and quickest way I can get my voice out there. We do have a dog named Kane. He is a German Shepherd Chow mix, and we do want to get an English Bulldog. My husband loves English Bulldogs, so I would love to make that happen for him one day. That probably won't happen until we get a bigger house, but I guess we'll see. Some random facts. My favorite colors are rose gold and like a lilac purple. So you'll probably see that a lot. My favorite food is pizza. And don't sleep on Casey's Pizza for you Midwestern folks. Casey's Pizza is amazing. It's better than Domino's, Papa John's, their cheese bread. And I never had Casey's until like literally a couple months ago. Never got what the hype was, but pistachio ice cream is really good. You should try it. Dairy Queen is top tier ice cream though. I'm a big fan of Italian food. I'm a big fan of bread. I don't know who isn't. If you're not a fan of bread, that's kind of odd. Like if we get seated at a restaurant and they offer, oh, let me bring you out some bread, I'm like, yes. Like we love bread. We're big foodies in this house. I don't speak any other languages. I just speak English. I'm a basic girl, but my favorite season is fall because I'm a basic bitch. I love wearing sweaters. I'm kind of like self-conscious of my body sometimes. So being able to throw on like a big pullover sweater and some leggings or biker shorts and a sweater is my thing. I am a huge Disney person. I love any and everything Disney. I mean, if you look right here, I have a Disney collector's necklace that my husband got me from K Jeweler. I'm very in touch with my inner child. I feel like we get so stuck in work that like, have fun. And having fun doesn't always have to be going to bars or anything like that. I love going to the Disney parks. I think that's my happy place. That's where I feel safe. That's my home. I like the feeling of being completely immersed, and it does that there. And I'm recently starting to become a bag girl. Like I like collecting bags. Stony Clover Lane for sure. Petunia Pickle Bottom. Also because they do Disney collabs. So I think that's kind of where that ties in. And then recently I've started getting into base luggage. I have a weekender bag and a little jewelry case from them that I have yet to share, but I want to get a few more pieces before I make a video on it. Overall, I think that's the gist of getting to know me. If there's anything else you'd like to know, any other questions that you have, please feel free to leave a comment down below and I will answer them. I just thought this is like a staple. Like you got to do something like this on your channel, right? Thank you so much for joining me and I will see you in the next one. Bye.